You give and you shall receive. What you send out to the universe, you receive. So when you give your heart and soul out, people will give their heart and soul back. And you start to recognize that people, things around you start to change because you changed from here.
It's not only people. Better yet, what everybody agrees on, and if you guys have seen the movie Secret, for me that's the first one where they actually really made it easy to understand, and a lot of people saw it. It's been said over and over again. Napoleon Hill spoke about it. Pretty much everybody that made any impact in the awakening that we are on the verge of, or already are, some of you guys, some of us, we all understand that it's about vibration. It's all energy, and energy exists in motion when it's vibrating. When it's vibrating, that's a certain frequency. Every emotion in me has a certain frequency. We say in life, you get more of what you already have. It's the first time I'm going to mention the pretzel. I love the pretzel. In life, you get more of what you already have. Now go ahead and apply that to every segment of your life, and you'll understand why that saying goes, rich get richer, poor get poorer. It became one of my favorite because it's so true. If I'm poor, I'll get more of it. If I'm sad, I'll get more of it. If I'm happy, I'll get more of it. In life, you get more of what you already have. What is the only thing that you really truly have? That really truly have is your emotion. Everything else can and is affected, controlled by something else. The emotion is mine. And if I learn how to control emotion, I control my life. I control what comes into my life. Now, I need to convince my mind that I really truly have something, right? And the very simple shortcut is what Jody said. You give. Second element that really helps you recognize that you really truly have something is when you give something, right? So give and you shall receive. That's been said in Bible, right? It's true. Totally. So my emotion that I have, I will give and I will receive more of it. Simple. I say that I'm the luckiest man I've ever known. And anyway I look at it, that is so true. Success leaves clues. I believe that happiness comes first. And if I say that I'm successful, based on many measurements, yeah, I am. Many will agree. But my real success is not in the fact that I have cars and boats and motorcycles and planes and offices and people working and money on my account. That's nothing to do with that. It's the fact that I'm aware of it that makes a difference. And of course, going back to the beginning, what is that I'm doing with that? It was year 2015 when, under influence of my great teacher, leader and friend, Tony Robbins, I spent quite a few years very close to him in his Platinum Partnership. He influenced everybody, whoever came to his environment, to give back, to do something for people, to do something for strangers. That's extremely powerful. It changed his life. He tells a story that I'll let you guys find out on your own. And what made a major influence on me is the fact that at that time he was working with the organization called Feeding America. Feeding America is a very effective charity organization, and his goal was to feed 100 million people. That year was 2015. And inspired by that, at the beginning of a year, I told our guys, what if we can feed 1 million? Picture providing enough funds, utilizing one of my companies, and feeding million people. Wow. I never even thought that something like that would be possible. And then we had the great month and the great month and the great month, and then I mentioned if we reach this goal, then all the monies that we're gonna collect over that goal will go to charity. I know that many didn't believe me, but I made a decision, I made a promise, I put myself in a position that there's no turning back. I told to all of my soldiers, my warriors, and I did it. And shortly after, I believe it was somewhere half year, we fed 236,000 people. 236,000 people. And then the months were rolling up, and I'm thinking it's going to be a good month, it's going to be better, it's going to be better, it's going to be more money, but things in business change. We were not having bad times, but it wasn't as good, because I set kind of a goal. I said, when this happens, that's then when I'm going to give this. So when this happens, I'm going to give this. When we make this much, I'm going to give this much. Well, November came. It was actually getting very close to Thanksgiving, because my goal was to do it by Thanksgiving. So it was the week of Thanksgiving, Monday, probably, that I looked and I remembered what I said, and I didn't do it. I did not feed million people. And then it happened to me. That's probably the moment when Leverage was born in me, when I was awakened to Leverage. I recognized that I still have enough to write that check and feed million people. So I called this company and I asked them what can be done, and something magnificent happened. That time, Bank of America was matching every dollar that was donated towards feeding people. So I'm thinking, wow, not only that I'm going to spend money, I'm going to make the bank spend money. The more I give, the more they're going to spend. So that was it. I did the calculations. I spoke to the management of the Feeding America, and they gave me the number. And I picked up the phone, I collected the information, I signed the check, and I mailed it the same day. It was done. Overnight it. Done. The check cleared, and we ended up feeding not million, but 1,300,000 and something people in year 2015 through feedingamerica.org. And that's when I got it. It's not the amount of money that makes you rich, it's what you do with it. I remember like it was yesterday. I sat in my office by myself, experiencing the same that I'm experiencing now, the feeling of joy, the feeling of abundance, because I recognize that the only limitation humans ever have is the limitation in their own mind. We are capable beyond our understanding. And the only limitation is a limitation within ourselves. Now, when you turn your goals, your desires into helping others, the soul of the universe sings with you, resonates with you, makes it happen for you.